Welcome back to another episode. Today I want to take a closer look at some updates impacting Nvidia. We got another price target. We also have Nvidia's 13F, where they did announce a new investment in a company that is pretty small. So we'll take a closer look at that and just the overall semiconductor space. So we have a lot to talk about, so let's get started. But before we go any further, make sure to hit the thumbs up, make sure to hit the subscribe button, check out the pinned comment for a special offer at fool.com/Jose and a coupon code for my earnings book on the semiconductor space. Now, let's get started.
I want to thank The Motley Fool for sponsoring this video, and check out fool.com/Jose for the 10 best stocks to buy now. With that link, you get a promotional offer for the subscription service. Now, let's continue with today's episode.
All right, guys. So today seems to be a very bad day for the overall tech market, but it's been pretty hectic for the overall semiconductor space, as we're going to see in a bit. But we can see Nvidia was down roughly 3%. So honestly, I mean, even though the stock is down roughly 5%, being a long-term investor, even if you've been owning the stock for just a little bit over of less than 6 months, the stock is up nearly 50%. So with the stock pulling back right now, I don't think it's necessarily anything bearish. I mean, right now, we do have earnings expected to be released on Wednesday. So I think the market is just waiting for that to really give us a reaction of where we're going to go from now. Now, the first topic I want to take a closer look at is we did get another price target update today. So we've actually had a few this week. This one's going to be from Jefferies, and they adjusted the price target on Nvidia to 185 from 150. This is one of those higher range, as the top low right now is about $200. And remember, most of these price targets are meant for the next 12 months. So we can see that a lot of analysts are getting very bullish right before earnings season. Now, the second thing I want to say is some bullish news for Nvidia. Actually, the first was obviously bullish, but the second is also very bullish. Elon Musk XAI, which is that huge AI company, is raising up to $6 billion to purchase over 100,000 Nvidia chips for their Memphis data center. So XAI is the AI company that's trying to combat OpenAI, and they're doing really well, right? They have the largest data center known to the public right now. Meta, I know, has mentioned that they have something even bigger, but we can't confirm that. We can definitely confirm that XAI's 100,000 H100 is the biggest that we know right now. And what's pretty impressive is this XAI company is now valued at $50 billion. So that's pretty strong for the AI market. And obviously, if they are raising that money, a lot of that money is going to go to Nvidia chips. Now we know that XAI was planning on purchasing the next generation of chips from Nvidia to kind of improve and increase their overall supercomputers. So obviously very bullish for the stock, but it just kind of showcases that, hey, look, there's a lot of competitors here in the AI space, and OpenAI and XAI are not the only players. There's Anthropic, there's Google DeepMind, there's even small startups coming out from OpenAI's executives that might have left the company a few months ago. So I think right now we are going to continue to see demand for AI chip solutions. So obviously it's still going to be a supply constraint market. Now, the next topics I want to talk about is pretty much the semiconductor space. The semiconductor space has definitely taken quite a hit, especially in the past few days. And I personally believe right now the semiconductor market is looking very attractive compared to where it's been before. Earlier this month in November, I mentioned 3 semiconductor stocks that I'm willing to buy, and I'm pretty sure those are the ones I'm going to continue to add on my portfolio right now. So make sure to check that video out if you want to learn about them. And there's multiple reasons for this kind of hit in the semiconductor market. Many might be saying that, hey, look, Supermicro might be dragging the semiconductor space down. I don't think that's the case. I've heard reports of maybe people assuming that. What I believe is there's 2 scenarios right now, 3 scenarios. One, the market could just be escaping the hardware space and going more into software. We are seeing kind of a lot of software markets expand in market valuation right now. Normally, I tend to like that because you're going to see selling pressure on semiconductor stocks, and it gives us the opportunity to buy. The second thing I would say is maybe for some reason, talks of future tariffs and stuff like that can hinder maybe future earnings and future margins for semiconductor companies. So that could be, as a lot of semiconductor products are made overseas. So that could be a second thing that could be impacting the overall semiconductor market. The third, it could just be profit taking and the uncertainty before Nvidia earnings. Now, there are a few semiconductors. I mean, we can see Micron Technology is down 2% today. In the past 5 days, the stock is down 13%. In the past month, the stock is down roughly 7%. Year to date, the stock is up 17%. Another one is TSM, right? TSM is down about 6% in the past 5 days. We also have companies like Qualcomm, which are down very similar in the past 5 days, right? So to me, the semiconductor market is looking a lot more attractive, especially companies like Qualcomm, right, where they peaked at around $220. And if you've been following this channel, you guys know I did not like it at those price points, but the stock now down over 30%. Things start to get a lot better, and I'm a huge fan when risk to reward ratio starts to look attractive. Other ones out there, Texas, again, very similar. Past 5 days down about 8%. So overall, the semiconductor market might be weak maybe right now in the short term. I believe in the long term, a lot of the semiconductor stocks are very attractive for me to continue to add to my portfolio. I mentioned I'm very, very bullish in the semiconductor equipment space right now. And then the automotive companies are also looking pretty attractive. And even some AI companies outside of Nvidia and maybe even outside of Broadcom might be looking pretty attractive as well. And Marvell has actually gone up a nice amount. So that's one that we own in this portfolio, but one I'm not going to be adding on anytime soon. So super semiconductor space, definitely interesting space right now. And I'm pretty excited with the price action going down. Now, the final thing I want to take a closer look at is Nvidia did share their 13F, and for those that are not familiar, this is when a company reports reports the companies that they own. So this is going to be the third time Nvidia reports this. I believe the first time was sometime around May or March. I believe it was May. Then they reported again in August, and then they reported just now. So they don't really tell you, hey, look, we added shares or we kind of sold shares. You kind of have to do the math yourself. And the great thing is, since we know the last file, which came out in August, we can see if anything is different. And there's only one major change. The company still owns the same companies of May and did not add or sell any of those positions. Well, the new position here is Applied Digital Corporation, and it's worth about $63 million. It's actually their second largest position. The first largest is at ARM Holdings with about $280 million worth of shares. And this is new news as official new news, but it's not necessarily new news. If you are following Nvidia, we did report around September 9th that Applied Digital raised about $160 million of funding from Nvidia. So now this just confirms that was true, because that came out from kind of reports of, I forget what news outlet came out with that report. But now we got the official listing. So Applied Digital, ticker APLD, the stock is up roughly 1.6%. The stock was up about 6% today, market cap of $1.6 billion. What I believe, this used to be kind of like a crypto mining company that has done what a lot of crypto mining companies done and kind of shifted into AI solutions instead and kind of AI infrastructure. And that's why Nvidia is investing in this player right now. So pretty interesting. I might want to take a closer look at this, but with the market cap of this stature, you're going to see a lot of volatility. And I mean, you can see just from September, the stock is up over 120%. So this is one where it's going to be one of those high risk, high reward companies. But I am curious now that I see Nvidia is adding or just added this to their portfolio. So that's all I have for today's episode. Take care, have a good day, and see you all next time.